It is Bruins Benders post-game live on the Inside the Rink YouTube channel with Matty and Smitty. Click subscribe. Get your Bruins merch on InsideTheRink.com/Bruins-Benders. Follow us on social media at Bruins Benders. The Bruins drop a 6-2 decision to the Tampa Bay Lightning tonight. A game in which in the second period they did not register a shot, and Tampa Bay scored 3 times. In that period, that was kind of it. It was completely outclassed, out-talented, out-skilled, out-everything. Looked like an AHL team playing an NHL team. And now I think we can finally get off our high horse and put away those dreams of the playoffs.
Yeah, that's dashed, crushed.
Yeah.
But look, we said it at the time. After they beat Tampa 4-0, we said the real test will be when Tampa comes back next week. And Tampa came back and slapped them around.
Killed.
And took them seriously. And, second time this year, the Bruins have been held without a shot in a period. Before that, it hadn't happened since 2007.
Correct.
And twice just this year. No shots this period.
After 18 years of it not happening.
If that doesn't tell you that they
anemic
dropped the ball on the offensive group, I don't know what does.
They did. And it's not because of now. They sold pieces. That happened before they sold pieces. Like this team has been offensively challenged and anemic pretty much all year long. And they have one guy and his line mate who actually scored some goals because of that guy. Is the whole offense Pastrnak. There was one shift where Pastrnak was all over the ice, getting the puck back, then sets up somebody who just fucking ail-mails it, or I don't know who the fuck just fucking misses the net completely. He can't do it. He can't do it all, and he has to do it.
So Morgan Geekie has crashed back to earth.
Yes.
Yeah. Now he's missing shots or not making plays, and so. Maybe that extension talk by me was a little premature. I don't know.
Yeah, he is what he is. Department.
We'll get him for a better number. Sure. Ty Anderson mentioned, and it's actually not a bad idea. You might want to see Morgan Geekie play with somebody other than Pastrnak before you start handing out extensions to him. And
that's a valid point.
Can he do it with someone else? Because if he can't,
that's a valid point.
Then do you really want to pay him? Whatever. If he can only do it when he's playing with one of the greatest players in the league.
Valid point.
So that's something you should keep in your back of in the back of your mind, Bruins fans, Bruins management, before you're signing this guy to a multi-year extension.
Because ultimately you don't want him on Pastrnak's line.
No, you don't.
You want someone better there.
Yes.
So if he can't do it, then if he goes back to scoring 10, 12 goals, right, and is not that great of a player, then maybe you don't want to extend it. Maybe you don't want to go on with him. Maybe you don't. If the third line, he's not going to score 22 goals with some ham and egger at center.
No,
then I agree with you.
Yeah, I think it was a valid point, and it's something that the Bruins, I think, need to consider. They probably won't. They'll probably sign him because Sweeney signed him originally, so he Sweeney's his guy, and Lord knows those guys get multiple chances. Just ask John Beecher. Guy hasn't done anything positively
multiple chances
since the first 10 games of the season. When Koepke and Kastelic were carrying his ass, and now he's got nothing to show for it. Since the first 10, the last 55 games, nothing. Except penalties and pucks exploding off his stick. That's all. Nothing.
Yeah.
Literally nothing to add positively.
Nothing.
He had an assist tonight because he flipped the puck at the net from the offensive zone, the blue line. I can do that.
I can do that.
You don't need to sign him to extension to pay him for that. He wasn't even skating. That's his one asset. He was standing still.
Flipped it.
I mean, for fuck's sake. Yeah. Can we try someone else there? Can we give someone else a goddamn chance there, please?
And there's nothing to tell you that it's going to change. Like, what are you trying to get out of him? It's been, I mean,
his ceiling is hit. It was hit his freshman year of fucking college.
That's who he is. Yeah.
This is who he is. It's who he's always been, and he's not going to get any better. It's been the same since he came into the league.
Yeah.
The same.
He's an AHL player.
What do you still? I mean, why is he still on the team?
He's an AHL player. He
literally doesn't provide anything of value to help you win games. Nothing.
Zero. Nothing. You're right.
And I hate picking on a fourth line guy, but like there's other guys who can take that. Who, you know, like you've said a million times, there's you can find fourth line guys everywhere you look. Everywhere you turn around, there's a fourth line guy who could be on the fucking team.
Whoop,
there's
a fourth liner.
Like, there's one. So why does he get all the chances? Why is he not scratched ever? Like, can we do something else? Can we do something else there?
Because he's a first round pick of Don Sweeney.
There it is.
In your list of Don Sweeney draft picks who are playing for you right now is crumbling, is shrinking, is disappearing.
Yeah,
before your very eyes. That's why. I mean, Frederick and Beecher, like to get rid of Frederick and then now Beecher, there's 2 first round picks.
Yeah.
And you haven't had a lot of them.
No.
And they're gone. DeBrusque, gone.
Well, because he's and I mean, it's fucking exasperating. But I'll go back to this. You're picking at the end of the first round, and it's a crapshoot. Yeah. So instead of going for guys with high upside, risk reward thing, like maybe he'll, he has an elite skill that, we can do something with. You went with safe picks. You went with safe guys who like, all right, this guy can really skate. He can probably penalty kill and play the fourth line. Frederick, he'll be tough to play against, I guess, whatever. And that's what you went with instead of, a guy in Frederick's case, a guy like DeBrincat, who's smaller, but has shown production at all levels. We're not going to take a chance on that guy because he's small and he might not be able to play in the league. We're going to go with the safe pick in Frederick because he's big and he's a center and like he's hard to play against. So we're going to go with that route. And then instead of having a guy with offensive potential, you have a guy that, skates around with the disco ball going like he's listening to Earth, Wind, and Fire for a month, taking twirls.
Rollerdrome.
Yeah, he's at the
Rollerdrome,
holding hands with somebody instead of playing, and he goes 0-0-0 for a month.
Forever. I mean, he has no puck dies on a stick every fucking time. Like every time.
So I'm
calling him Rollerdrome.
I don't understand. I don't understand the philosophy with the draft picks, especially if you're picking low in the first round. Yeah. Take a shot on somebody with some upside.
Sure.
I don't know.
Hey, I don't know either. I'd love to know, but I don't know either. Yeah, I don't know. All right, get your sips in there before we explode. And hey, we have that wonderful rocks glass. We do. Benders rocks glass
and a mug.
In the mug. The mug is beautiful. The mug is dishwasher safe. The rocks glass is alcohol safe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sure.
Sorry, John code 20% off.
And look,
to get your beauty.
And we got a streak going now. Okay.
We do.
We got a streak going now. So we need to extend the streak. We need to extend the streak.
Who's next?
We appreciate all of you guys for the ones who have bought things. We appreciate you. But we got to keep the streak going now. So we need somebody else to step up. Everybody needs to take a turn, step up, and buy something off the website. Use a coupon code.
And the Rocks Glass is an exclusive club. If you want to drink like Matty and Smitty, you got to have the Rocks Glass.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, you've got to.
Ours are on the way. Ours are coming.
Well, they're on the way. Yeah, ours are on the way. We're going to have it. And I'm thinking it was April 5th, I think, is a Saturday night game.
We are going to be in Montreal.
We are going to be in Montreal. Yeah. We're going to be in Montreal. We'll find a way to do a post game.
Oh, fuck it. We can pack the Rocks glasses and drink like fish somewhere in Montreal.
Yeah, so right, in Montreal. We'll just do the post game there in Montreal.
Yeah, we will. Well, I mean, we will.
We will.
Because that's where we'll be. So we will do it.
We will do it. Yeah. Sips tonight. Redwood Empire Rye Whiskey from Cab. Nice. Red wine, Shaz Diet. I love me some Shiraz. The Shiraz.
Yeah.
I drank a shit ton of that in Jamaica.
Yeah, it's good.
That was a good trip. Keeping the sip light tonight, boys, with Patron Reposado Topo Chico in lime. That sounds good, Sean. I'm all about anything limey. I'm a big lime guy.
I had a couple of old fashions today. I made my pilgrimage up to Saxon's River Distillery in Brattleboro, Vermont today. Got a few bottles of that. I got a bottle of gin too for the gin and tonics in the summertime.
Oh, fuck
Don't worry about it.
Gin tonics in the summer are just they hit right.
I'm gonna go. I might do that. Was it Adrienne was talking about the bee's knees drink earlier?
Yeah, bee's knees. Yeah.
So I'm gonna give that a go this summer too. I think.
Okay.
The gin
Bruins,
drink.
Yeah, Bruins 1970 at Sip is Absolute tonight. Dan Maynard's Sip is Double Shot Strong Coffee and a great Monster Energy drink.
Yeah.
He's
at work, Sunday.
Midday Sunday there.
Yeah.
Midday Sunday for Dan Maynard. Zach Haste Sip is Glenn Morangi 10-year. There you go.
Everybody, we got a nice sip crowd. We really do.
We do. We have a nice sip crowd. You know, and if you don't sip, that's fine too.
Yeah, but I mean, you should get in. You should get in the sips.
Yeah. Matthew Curtis has all the sips tonight: tequila shots, bourbon shots, Sapporo beers.
Attaboy, Matthew. I mean, it is a Saturday night after all.
It is. Yeah. Savoir Cross loves the Smitty went old school with the Earth, Wind, and Fire reference. Spot on. I'll tell you what, we're not gonna be dancing until September.
No, Adrienne had a sip. Yeah, there we go. Pair of Tanqueray gin gimlets for Adrienne.
Okay, Adrienne. I'm all about the Tanqueray. That used to be my gin of choice. Now it's Hendrix. Big Hendrix guy.
Jonesy's doing lemon drop shots.
Lemon drop shots? I just made some homemade the other night. They were delicious.
Remember when I brought limoncello to the
oh my god,
the reunion, to the high school
limoncello to the high school reunion.
We were bombing that bitch.
Oh yeah, limoncello. Yeah, limoncello. I tell you, it's not a party, and it's not a real like dirty naughty party until you bring either limoncello or McGillicuddy's. Like one of those two, like the peppermint McGillicuddy's. Like just, I mean, you're drinking mouthwash because you just want to get hammered. Like you don't care what it tastes like.
I mean, fuck it, let's get out. That was homemade limoncello. Guy from my work made that.
Yeah, homemade. That was delicious.
It's called alcoholism, Matty.
Yeah, well, hey,
I mean, that's
don't be all judgy all of a sudden.
Connor, Jesus Christ, that's us in a nutshell. All right.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, judgy all of a sudden.
We could have called this Bruins Alcoholics Podcast. I mean,
who brought in the wet fucking blanket?
Yeah, seriously. You guys are alcoholics.
Yeah, smoke another bowl, buddy.
Yeah, I mean, right.
Hit the vape. Hit the vape pen again.
Hit the vape. Last I looked, Kastelic had super low ice time, says Dan Maynard. What was that about? I don't know. Maybe don't sign the guy for a 3-year deal. You know, how's that?
Maybe it's about he's not any good.
Yeah, 2 months later, you're sitting his ass mid-game. That's great.
Kastelic played 7:43. Patrick Brown played 8:12. Those were the only two guys under 10 minutes. Beecher played 11:01 because he played 1:22 of shorthanded time. So there's his value.
There's his value right there, big guy. Yeah. Tyler Ralston's got the Bud Lights pounding him tonight.
Oh, yeah.
Pounding Bud Lights.
Back in the day when my son was playing hockey, there was another dad who used to bring Bud Lights to practice.
Oh, that's beautiful. That's such a slow pitch softball men's league thing.
We used to go out into the parking lot when the kids were practicing and drink Bud Lights in the back of the truck.
That's fucking priceless.
And
then you'd rage on a referee.
He used to use a code, and he would call them blue pucks. Because when the kids were little, they used the blue puck, which was a lighter weight puck than the regular puck. So he used to say, "You want to go into the parking lot and shoot some blue pucks?" And we would do that, and it was fun.
Shooting the blue pucks.
Yep.
Jeremy Swayman tonight gave up 4.
Yeah.
I thought he played okay. I thought he played okay though. He was fine. I mean, honestly, the game could have been 9-2.
Yeah, I mean, look, he was under siege. I mean, you can't win when you don't have any shots, and They had 3 goals in the second period, and you had 0 shots in the second period. So can't exactly put this one on Swayman as much as, we've been on him all year long. Deservedly so. He hasn't been great this year, clearly. But this one wasn't on him tonight. The team was overwhelmed the entirety of the game.
Adrienne had a stat about the save percentage. The save percentage was actually better for the Bruins tonight than the Lightning. A silver lining. And no, it doesn't include the empty netter because the goalie's not playing at the time.
Yeah, the goalie's not in there. Shots were what, 39 to fucking 12 or something?
12. Yeah, I think they had 12 or 13?
12 shots.
12,
so they had 8
shots.
8-0, and then when they made their big push in the third, 4 shots.
Yeah, they scored twice. I mean, Jesus, the shot percentage is high.
No, only once. They only scored once.
And Pavel Zacha, after the game, commenting on the fans booing them after a 0-shot second period, said, "We deserved it."
Yeah,
good for him.
Well, the booing. Well, look, they traded everybody. And the rest of everybody is hurt except for Pastrnak. So,
right.
That's a problem. But look, I think the booing really is for the whole shit show of a season that began back in the off season with the shitty signings and then the bad preseason where they hardly played anybody. Some guys were hurt coming off injury. Swayman was in contract hell. Marchand started getting pissed about the contract, and then whispers about Marchand and Pastrnak, and then Marchand coming out and destroying a reporter who probably was right. And we said at the time, usually when you get that pissed and you call the guy out, there's some truth to it.
Yeah.
Well, there was some truth to it.
I think so.
So that led to just a complete colossal, and then literally everybody had a subpar year, not just 3 or 4 guys. Like 19 out of 20 guys played below what they usually play, which is shockingly bad and a reason to believe something was up. Your coach gets fired. I mean, it's a complete dumpster fire of a season. So I think that's what the booing's for. Is it's just like, show us some direction.
I have another theory on the booing, and it's probably in addition to all that, is these people are going to the games. They're spending a ridiculous amount of money on tickets and beers and all that shit, and it's not entertaining. The Bruins get their ass kicked, and they're paying all this money to watch an inferior product, so they're gonna boo. If I was at the game, I'd be booing as well.
Yeah,
it's just you go and you spend all this money, and that's what you get. You're better off going to the fucking movies.
Yeah,
I mean,
honestly,
So I think that booing is aimed at management for putting a shitty team on the ice. It's aimed at the players for how they played during the game, and it's aimed at management and ownership for how much they're charging for tickets. And I think it's all a collection of all that. I think that they're just frustrated with the whole season and how everything's gone. And
there's also people out there who just don't want this management back.
Yeah,
and now they're doing this retool.
It's going to continue.
And it's going to continue. Like, it's just, do you have any faith that this management team has any idea how to create a roster? Any idea who to go get? How to get them? Any of that? Do you have any idea, do you have any confidence that this management group will take this top 10 pick probably and pick the right guy and develop the right guy and give him a shot to play at the right time? Do you give, any of that? I don't.
No, I've said it all along. I don't want Sweeney in charge of the retool, rebuild, whatever. I think he should have already been fired. I don't want him around it. I don't want Neely around it. I don't want this coaching staff around it. I don't want the scouts here. I want a complete gut job. I want a whole new hockey operation.
Completely got it.
Whole new hockey operations. Everything new. Everything.
I'm with you. Everything. And it's just going to be, I'll tell you, I'm really interested to see how it's going to work out. Who are you going to get? Like, who's going to come here? How much are you going to pay them? You're probably not going to get Marner. After Marner and a couple other guys, Besser, it falls pretty quickly, especially in the forward group. When we went through the list.
Yeah.
Like it starts to become 32 and 33 and 34-year-old guys.
Right.
They're on the back end of their careers. Like, who are you going to get better on the wing? Because you need to get better on the wing. Not only do you need to get better at center, but you can't do that right now. So you have to get better on the wing. How are you going to do that? I don't know. Like,
you're gonna have to spend through the nose to see
if you can get a guy.
Yeah.
And I'm not sure you can. So yeah, they have all this cap space and they'll be aggressive and all this stuff. Doesn't mean they're gonna get anybody. And if you don't, you're gonna come back with largely this, Geekie and this group. Like, this is bad. Like, this is a bad hockey team right now.
Yeah, I mean, and look, if they end up, falling into the lottery and missing the playoffs, which obviously they'll miss the playoffs, but falling, deep in the lottery and you get a top 5 pick or something, like that's your chance to get the center. And maybe he plays, maybe he starts the season wherever, maybe he plays another year or junior, whatever it is, I don't know. But yeah, it's going to be another year next year like this one, unless you can get some talent in here, some high-end talent. You're going to struggle to score again. The defense hopefully will be better with McAvoy and Lindholm back. If Lindholm comes back at 100%, who knows?
Who knows? That's another thing.
Didn't really ever recover from this.
No.
He had a similar injury, and he never really came back.
Never came back.
A bunch of times, and he played a few games here and there, and that was about it.
That's about it.
This might be, hopefully not, because they need him. But this could be the end for Hampus. It could be, and it's depressing to think about, but it's probably true. Maybe they use some of that long-term injured reserve money of his to be able to go over the cap to get somebody. I don't know. I hope.
And then are they willing to go over the cap? Like, that's the other thing.
Yeah, there's that too. There's that piece too.
And are they willing to pay a guy 12, 13, 14 million?
So yeah,
Marner.
I don't think they're going to be able to go above Pastrnak. So Marner's probably a no-go, because there's going to be other teams that are willing to go above that. There are going to be other guys, other teams willing to pay. So you're going to have to pay if you want to bring them in. And I'm not sure they'll be willing to go that high. So it could be a few years worth of this type of thing where, maybe you're picking in the top 5 again next year, And if that's the case, that's the one where you really want to suck, because that's the Captain McKenna draft. That's the, generational talent draft. If you're gonna pick a year to suck, suck this year and then really suck next year. Yeah. Really suck. Like San Jose Sharks suck. Like minus 100 goal differential suck. And they might do that if they keep this forward group. They might not score any goals all year. It might be like Pastrnak gets, 37, and then the next guy has like 10, and they can't score at all.
Yeah.
And and if it might be depressing as hell all year long, but come June and you get that number 1 overall pick, then you got some hope, because you had a top 5 pick this year, and then you get Gavin McKenna, and now you're maybe there's
right
build around that thing, right. But it could be 3 years out, it could be 5 years out. So this right here is probably, as depressing as it is, it's probably the beginning of the beginning of it.
Yeah, because young teams don't win either. No, they don't. So you got this number 1 pick and this top 5 pick, and they play probably pretty soon, but you're not winning because they're young. They're too young.
Yeah.
So that takes time too. Yep. So yeah, you're looking at 5 years before there's any sniff of a Stanley Cup contention. Yeah.
Unless you can surround that group with some, veterans that you can bring in and put around some of those really young, talented guys. If those guys, happen to, work out and blossom.
I mean, you won the cup with Tyler Seguin in his rookie year, but he was like the 3rd line center. I mean, you had all those other guys who were really good and veterans.
Marchand was young that year too, though.
And Marchand that was his rookie year too. But they were, these other players were, they had some high end talent around them, veteran guys, leadership, all that. Yeah, great goaltender that was white hot and all of that.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I mean, yeah, it's not a positive outlook.
No.
And I'm just not sure they can build it through signing free agents, that they'll sign the right one. I don't know. I have no idea how they get going on this. And Hampus Lindholm is a concern because typically a broken kneecap, that's a hard thing to come back from. Now he's relatively youngish. Was he 29 or something? But I think I don't think he's turned 30 yet. Maybe he just did. But yeah, it's kind of a daunting task.
He's 31.
He's 31. Jesus. Okay. Well, that's not good.
January 20th, he turned 31.
Yeah, it's not good.
Nope.
It's not good. And they're not talking a lot about it. And he was back skating, looked like he might return, and all of a sudden shut down.
Yep.
And nothing else was said. So I don't know what happens there.
That happened to Kevin Miller a couple times.
Yeah, it did. That could be a Mark Savard, bury the contract, long-term IR thing.
Yeah. Yep.
And that's not good either.
No.
I mean, Jesus Christ. I don't know. This has been a really bad year, and it's going to cause a ripple effect that we're just not going to be happy about.
No.
And I'll tell you what, they can't charge what they're charging right now for tickets. That place was like a quarter full, Matt Doloff said on X. And the only people left were booing. Like,
didn't they up the season ticket price for next year?
They did.
For next year.
They gave a little raise to it.
After this fucking travesty. This shows you how tone deaf that organization is.
Mm-hmm.
Is you're having a year like this and they raise the prices.
Yeah.
Let's go higher. Let's go higher with prices.
Well, it's going to keep going higher and higher until people just stop going. But one thing about Bruins fans is they'll spend their whole Social Security check on going to the Bruins game. Like they'll spend it all. They'll spend their alimony going to the fucking Bruins game. Like that's who they are.
Yeah,
they're pretty loyal. Fucking they'll drink their
Bruins fans.
Yeah. They'll drink their beers and swear at the refs and all that stuff, and then they'll go home and they'll be eating peanut butter and jelly the next 2 weeks.
It's gonna go back to 1994 or whatever when they were sending me an email to sign up for the newsletter and giving me free tickets in the lower bowl.
Free tickets for the newsletter. Remember that? Wow. Yeah. Free tickets for the newsletter.
In the lower bowl. In the lower bowl.
Yeah. Like really great seats. It's gonna come to that.
It is.
I mean, people are just not gonna spend that kind of money.
No, of course not.
They're just not gonna spend that kind of money. No.
There's other avenues where you can spend that money and have a better time and a better night. You know, people just go into the North End and go to a restaurant and have a better night than going to a Bruins game and watching horseshit hockey, and watching your team get fucking kicked around for 2 hours. Mm-hmm. Go out and have a nice night with your wife or your girlfriend or whatever. And then, go home and have sex. It's a better night.
Yeah. Right. Yeah, it's a far better night. Yeah, it's far better. I'd rather have sex than watch John Beecher play hockey.
EA Sports. Go fuck yourself.
I mean, call me crazy.
You'd have a better night fucking yourself.
Good.
Watching the Bruins game.
We're trying Monday night.
You have a better night having sex with yourself.
Yeah, all by your lonesome.
Watching the Bruins.
At least nobody's judging you.
Pleasuring yourself. Don't watch the Bruins game.
Nobody's judging you. There's no letdown. There's no disappointment.
No.
Yeah. Rickard 2024. Fans should just stop going to the damn games. Correctamundo.
That is true.
Yeah. Stop doing that. That's where it's going to hit them because then you won't buy your hot dogs either.
Yeah.
And it's a double whammy for this Jacob
meatballs. Yeah.
Yeah.
And so
Shaz says they have 5 guys in Providence that can do what he does. Meaning Beecher.
Yeah.
Here's the other thing. The Farinacci's of the world. I know Kuntauer and Duran didn't have great years, but Farinacci's had a really good year all year. Didn't give him one chance.
I think he got hurt or scratched tonight.
Didn't give him one chance until now?
No,
not one.
Chances.
And he's an RFA, so are you bringing him back? Or I don't
Probably.
know.
They'll sign him to a 2-way deal or a Providence contract or something.
Yeah. I don't know.
But if I'm those guys and I'm having good years in Providence, I'm thinking twice about re-signing with Boston just because I don't know if they'll give me an opportunity. But I guess there's another way of looking at it that like the team's so bad, maybe you do get a chance because the team's bad.
Right.
Sure. Maybe there's opportunities for you to crack the lineup. If they give you an actual legitimate chance, doesn't appear that they do, but there's a couple of different ways of looking at that thing.
Yeah. Michigan Mike says the rock glass is hand wash only. So keep that eye out for that.
You got it's gentle. You got to take care of that thing.
Gentle. It's precious. It's precious.
It is precious.
Yeah, it's precious. You don't want to chip that thing.
No.
You want to cut your lip on.
Yeah, you got to be careful with
glass.
These things. These are indestructible. These guys.
Oh, those things. Throw
that bitch in the.
Cab said, just purchase the rocks glass. Cab.
Who did Cab?
That away, Cab. That away.
Nice. That streak is alive.
The streak is alive. The streak is alive.
We love you guys.
Keep it up through the last 13 games, whatever the hell it is.
Yeah, we love you guys.
How about Monday night's game? Buffalo in Boston. Two horrifically bad teams. Two bad teams fighting for draft position. This is like the old New York Jets, New England Patriots, 1981. 6-3 football.
Here's what I hope happens in this game. I hope it's up and down. I hope it's like 8-7,
9-8. Yeah. Oh yeah.
I hope there's like 400 penalty minutes.
Just fight.
There's misconducts and fights. Just
old school.
Make it. If I have to watch the fucking thing, which I do for this, at least make it entertaining.
Yeah.
For the love of God, make it entertaining. Don't give me a no shot period. For fuck's sake.
Oh my God. Not against that team. But yes, in Zach Case agrees with you. We should just beat Buffalo up. Yeah, I mean, Zach Case also says watching the Bruins live with the wife leads to fights on the drive home and couch sleeping. That's not going to get you any sex.
No.
The only positive about these shitty games is this comment section explodes and the episodes go longer. Says Stan Maynard. Yeah. Oh my God.
That is true, Dan. Which game was it that the comment section went so hard that we were on for 2 hours? You remember that?
We were on for 2 hours that night.
Yeah.
It was 2 hours post game. Yeah, and it was going strong. It was like
the
same number of people viewing the whole time. It was unbelievable.
You guys were amazing that night.
We just kept going.
Yeah. If you guys keep going with the comments, we'll keep fucking reading them. So
of course. The B says the Bees play as well as we did when we were young and skated on the cranberry bogs. Down in South Shore, they froze the cranberry bogs. The cranberry bogs would be frozen.
Yeah.
And they'd skate on those things. Pretty cool.
Yeah.
Those cranberry bogs are cool. I love me some cranberry. We got some cranberry relish the other day.
Yeah.
And we got some of that ricotta cheese that we did at the tap and table. We had some of that cranberry relish on it. Jesus Christ, was that good?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Look
at B's comment. Look at B's comment. The one she just had. You see it?
No.
It's the last one.
I'm all the way at the top. Hold on.
Okay, go down the bottom.
It's on your screen, Smitty.
Let's see. Trade. An all-timer. I told it. It's an all-timer.
That's not B. That's Mrs. B.
That's Mrs. B. Mrs. B with an all-timer from the laundry room. Yeah. Y2 Jones says Jacobs is competing with the Mavericks owners for worst owner of the year. Yeah, I mean, look, I don't know what to tell you. I mean, this is not good. This is not good. He's going to keep the same management. Who's going to be the coach? Is it really going to be Jay Leach? I mean, is that where they're going with?
I mean, it certainly sounds like it.
So Jay Leach is going to be the coach.
Yeah.
You saw behind the B.
Players.
Yeah. That was 3 pumps of lube and getting to it.
It was. It was like a foreshadowing. It was like we're gonna see what people think of this.
100%.
It was they just kind of threw it out there.
That was an infomercial for Jay Leach.
It was pumping Jay Leach's nads on TV. That's what it was.
You ever seen a man with elephantitis of the nuts? It's pretty tasty.
Oh, Dan Maynard saw someone else say somewhere, whatever, that Pasta has said he doesn't want to see. And I'm in two minds. I want him to lead this team, but also can he? Here's the thing about the captain thing. Honestly, at the end of the day, I don't give a rat's ass. I don't. I think the captain thing is a little overblown. I think the Bruins really value it. They've only had half dozen captains the whole fucking time. But I just don't think it's that big of a deal. I think it'll be McAvoy, and then Pastrnak will be an A, and maybe Zadorov or Zacha or somebody. Who cares? At the end of the day, just get good players and let's win hockey games. Like, honestly, winning cures. Part of the problems that the team had this year is that they didn't win.
Right.
So that made it worse. Like, if they were winning, coach doesn't get fired. Shit about Martian and Pastrnak don't come out. Mm-hmm. The media starts picking at you when you lose. And then you get irritated when you lose. And the morale goes down. And all that shit starts. Win hockey games and none of that happens.
Yeah. It's no fun to come to the rink when you're losing all the fucking time.
No. Zach Case has been saying Leach is next. I hate it. Clearhouse. Yeah, Y2 Jones says might as well have Chief J Strongbow coach this bunch. Yeah, I mean look at this bunch right here. I don't give a shit who you are. You Scotty Bowman, Jesus Christ. I don't care who you are.
Yeah.
You're not getting any of this group.
No.
And Pastrnak scores all the goals, and they don't have a defense to they can't generate any offense. I'll say this though, Nutty with a goal tonight. 2 goals, 2 games, 2 goals. Like the last 2 games, a goal apiece.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know what you have there. I don't. But
no one does.
So far, if he can be a third or fourth liner, skating around, playing hard, popping in a goal here or there, and looks a little electric when he does it, then I'm fine with that. Fine, hopefully. But you got to pump the brakes, though, because I don't know. You don't know.
Well, here's the stat that you'll enjoy. And I would have said T-Boz, too, but, he's in the process of moving into Connor's house. So
right.
He's busy. Justin Brazeau, since the new year, 1 goal. Marat, Khustnidinov, last 2 games, 2 goals.
Mm-hmm.
So as of right now, looks like a pretty decent trade. Mm-hmm. He's 22. He's shown some offensive upside.
Yeah.
So, give him a little bit more. You know what I mean? Like, if he's showing a little bit of, offensive acumen, shall we say, give him a little bit more to see if he can handle a little bit more. Give him a little bit of a larger role. Mm-hmm. Maybe you're playing with, Pastrnak. Throw him out there.
Yeah.
See if that juices him up a little bit. Take Geekie off of there and put him there and see if
put him there for 3 or 4 games. See what happens.
Scoring goals like Geekie was.
Yeah. Why not throw him up there?
He's 22, so he's still got kind of growing into the thing.
I tell you what, he gives me like Mariusz Tchaikovsky vibes. Remember that when Tchaikovsky first came to the team? I think we were at his debut.
We were,
and he was like kind of electric out there. Every time he got the puck, people were kind of like oohing and on. Yeah. What is this guy gonna do? And he gives me that kind of vibe. But again, he could be an absolute fucking dud. And by November next year, we'd be like, ship that guy out. Fuck that guy. Who knows? I don't know. But right now, it's something to watch anyway.
He's got speed. It seems like he has a hockey IQ. Just watching him make little plays, it seems like he has a hockey IQ. So that's both of those things. Speed, hockey IQ, step in the right direction.
Well, he played in the KHL, which is a grown man league. It's professional grown men playing in that league. And he played in that league. So this is not his first crack at professional hockey.
And he's been a captain. Not that
he's
matters.
Been a captain everywhere.
Everywhere.
They love their captains, don't they?
Well, they do. Oh my God,
Jesus! Everybody on the roster has been a captain in mites and bantams and fucking in the backyard everywhere. I mean, it's just my God. And then Casey Mittelstadt. Another guy that has some promise. Hopefully he does a little something. And then I don't know, Fraser Minton will probably get a long look in training camp to see if he could take a spot. Will Zellers is a couple of years away anyway, at least 3 years away. Another prospect they got. 2 to 3.
Unless he tears it up next year as a freshman at North Dakota, but I feel like that's probably unlikely. But maybe. I mean,
then they have decisions to make on guys like Gasso and Jelvik and
Yeah.
I mean, are they going back to senior year, or are they going to get entry-level deals? There's some other guys that they have to make decisions on. I think Jonathan Myrenberg, the defenseman, June, right around June, they have to make a decision on him, or Ty Gallagher, the guy they have to make a decision on. And there's one other guy that are coming up this summer.
Had a really good year after he transferred.
Colorado College, yeah.
Yeah, Colorado College. After he transferred out of BU, he had a really good year there.
He really did. But I don't know. Who knows what happens there? Tons of RFAs in the minors with Callahan and Mitchell and all those defensemen. RFAs.
This is what I'd like them to do as far as that shit goes. Like, get rid of the 32-year-olds, fucking minor league guys. You know what I'm saying? Like, can we not have the Trent Whitfields? I mean, he's not on the team now, but you get my point. Like the Tommy Crosses, who's played like 1,200 minor league games. Can we not have those guys?
The
Trent Whitfields. Yeah.
Can we give it to guys that have potential? Like we've talked about this over and over again. Like if it's not a part of the future, get them off the fucking team.
Yeah.
Like I don't want guys on the team to help the AHL team win games. I want to develop prospects for the Bruins.
Yes.
So give me.
I don't care if the Providence Bruins are in last place every year. I don't care.
Give a flying fuck. I mean, it's a good take down there, and you should go. You should go see Providence Bruins games because it's fun. It's cheap. The concessions are cheap. The parking is cheap. You can go down there. There'll be fights. There'll be goals. Like it's entertaining. Mm-hmm. Even if they lose, even if they get their dicks fucking knocked in the dirt, it's entertaining. Mm-hmm. Sure. So go down there and watch the games. But I want to see young guys down there developing. I don't want to see 32-year-olds hanging on.
I don't either. I really don't either. So
that's my big way of saying sign all the young guys, bring the young guys in, and all the old guys on the team, send them out.
See you later. Yeah, I load it up with all your young guys. Yes, I'm with you. I mean, if guys are coming in entry-level deals, sign them all, put them all down there, and see what you have. And next year, if you can't get some big free agents or you can't make a big addition, you're not going to be very good. So bring guys up and down and give them all looks, all those two-way deals. Give them all looks. See what you have, and then maybe prepare for the year after. I don't know, but this doesn't look. I mean, it's easy to say, okay, go sign a couple guys. Well, who's that going to be? How much you're going to spend? Are they going to come? So it's not a guarantee. So I don't know what the roster is going to look like next year. I think they signed Geekie. I think they signed him to another 2-year deal.
They'll sign Geekie
for like $6 million, $7 million. Total, for like
right?
7. Total, yes. 3.5. I think he gets 2 years.
Good.
Yeah. 7 million total. Yeah.
You scared the fuck out of me, right?
I know, total. That's what he's gonna get. It's 3.5. That's predicted right now. 2 years, 3.5 per. Or he doesn't want to do that and he wants to do 1 year, 3.5. But it's gonna be 3. I think the number's right around 3.5.
Okay.
Yeah, I think so.
I'd be okay with that. Look, they need guys who can score, and he has the ability to score, whether it's with Pastrnak, or someone else, hopefully. But he's shown the ability, to score goals. So they need more of those guys, like a bunch more.
They do. So, like he needs another winger, to play with. That's pretty good, and that's what I've been saying. Like they need a winger. It's pretty good. Then you've got Poitras, who you have to figure out what that is.
Yeah.
Next year. I mean, next year's a big year for him.
It is.
Elias Lindholm with the quietest 12 goals I've ever seen a player have.
I mean,
like 12 goals.
12 goals. You paid $775 for 12 goals.
Yeah. I didn't think he had that many. I was stunned. 12 goals. Like that guy might score 15 goals this year. Like, wow.
Even that. 15 goals from 775. That's a kick in the dick. That's awful. That's somebody stepping on your balls with a skate on. That's terrible. You don't want that. No. You don't want. That's not the production you're looking for. They wanted him to be the Elias Lindholm of 4 years ago, not the Elias Lindholm of last year. And unfortunately, they got the guy from last year, who's 44 points or whatever.
Yeah.
And they paid him like he was, a number one center. And he's not.
They paid him like he was number one center. And he's not. He's not. So now you get a third line center who's making 7.75. So Geekie gets, okay, let's say, so Geekie gets re-signed. So Geekie, Zacha, Pastrnak, whether they're together or not, those three guys are on the team. Poitras probably on the team. Lindholm's on the team. Okay. Who else is out there right now?
Kastelic's on the team.
Kastelic's on the team. Those are guarantees on the team. I can't believe that Kastelic's included, but he is. Okay. So there you go. Beecher, I think they signed another year. He's in the beginning of the year, he's at least on the team. What happens with Koepke?
I think they sign him.
You think they re-signed Koepke? Are they just running this shit back, or what's going on?
I think
they're going to sign Koepke back. Do you think? Here's something I heard recently.
How many goals does he have? Like 9 or something, doesn't he?
Yeah, he has like 9. Yeah. Here's something about that situation. I thought I read somewhere 3 or 4 weeks ago
9 goals
that the management thought that they just had kind of a bad year, and that they think that this group can be better the next year or something to that effect. Like my stomach turned, like something to the effect of, a one-off fluky type of year. A lot of these guys can be better, and they're expecting guys on the current roster to
I
be
heard
much
that as
better
well.
next year.
And that was weeks before the trade deadline.
Mhm.
And I think Don Sweeney really told us how he felt at the trade deadline.
At the trade deadline. Okay, good. Because I hope he doesn't believe that and runs back, Koepke and all these other guys. I mean, so your fourth line then is Beecher, Kastelic, Koepke next year.
No, thank you.
Okay, so it is, because that's what you just said. So it is.
I want John. I told you, in my world, John Beecher is not on my hockey team. He is not on it.
Okay.
He's not on it. So anytime someone brings John Beecher up as being on the Boston Bruins next year, I'm going to say no. I'm going to say no. Okay. That's not happening. You can believe it's true, and I, in my subconscious, will believe it's true, but he's not on my hockey team. He's not.
Okay.
That can be Lauko. That can be fucking Nutty. That can be fucking Riley Tufte, our best friend from Twitter now, can be that guy, but not John Beecher. Nope.
Okay.
Sorry. No.
I don't want John Beecher. I wanted John Beecher off.
I know you don't want him either. I know you're being practical and you're saying the thing that
this is what I'm saying, what they're going to do.
Yeah, I know that. I realize that. But in my world, with Smitty as GM, he's not on my motherfucking hockey team. He isn't.
Well, yeah, I think that's fair. I think that's fair. He's on your team right now, says Dan Maynard, but somehow still isn't. He's an enigma. He is, but he isn't.
And he is. And I tell you what, I notice every time he's out there, because a puck explodes off his stick, or he takes a stupid penalty, or a 2-on-1 dies, or he doesn't get a shot, or he breaks his stick and can't penalty kill, or he can't get the puck out. Yeah, I notice him when he's out there. Believe me.
Yeah. Rollerdrome out there for another year. It's gonna be great. And then you have Mittelstadt. Mittelstadt's out there next year. So this, I mean, if you think Koepke and Beecher, I mean, so what are the slots that are available then? Like you've got maybe a left wing on the second line, first line, left wing, and then a lot of these other guys are back. Mittelstadt, Lindholm, Zacha, Pastrnak, Beecher, Kastelic.
There's no guarantee Poitras on the team.
Oh, okay.
Not with the way he's played this year. He's played good. He hasn't played great.
Another year in HL.
He hasn't played great. Look, I'm just saying. There's no guarantee. He's a young kid, and they've yanked him around too.
Okay.
They've yanked him around too. So there's no guarantee he's going to be on the team.
I think he's down.
Merkulov 2.0. He'll go down there, he'll light up the AHL, and he'll come up here, and they won't give him a chance.
I tell you, I think it's telling that he's not on this roster now, where this team is not good and has really nothing to play for. And there's guys like Jaukb Lauko playing, who you already gave up on once. And Matt Poitras not on this group when this is every opportunity to be on this group. because you should be getting all sorts of ice time right now.
He should be.
And it's really telling he's not. It leads me to believe that, like, you know what?
That's why I'm saying it. It kind of is telling. Like, it kind of is. I mean, I agree. And we both said that he probably should have stayed down there longer to develop more confidence, but they needed him so much up at the NHL level because they were so bad offensively. But this is telling. Like you said, it is.
It's really telling. It really is. And you know what? I wouldn't be surprised if you're right. If he's played like the majority of the season next season in the AHL. I wouldn't be surprised. He's only 20 still.
Yeah.
So they could justify playing him in the NHL for the majority of the season next year. They could. Just to see one last, okay, we're going to develop him the right way. We're going to give him all this time, see if we can get bigger, stronger. And then the following year, maybe he gets a shot.
I think the centers are locked in.
Yeah, Zacha, Mittelstadt, Lindholm, Kastelic.
Yes. So then it's Geekie, and you got some obviously Pastrnak, but then I mean, there's room on the wings. So
there's
like
room on the wings.
You could get if you my pie in the sky, if you can get Marner, your top six looks a lot better. Nikolai Ehlers, a guy like that. People mentioned Jonathan Drouin. Sure.
Like anything. Ehlers and Drouin is better than Lauko and whoever the fuck right now.
Yeah. So they have an opportunity to get better. Will they?
Yeah.
Can they bring guys in? I don't know. Guys are probably going to want to go to teams that are good. Guys that haven't won, that are a little higher in age, that are talented, are going to go to playoff teams on 1-year deals to see if they can win a cup. They're not coming to you.
Yeah.
Especially if you're missing the playoffs. So, it could be, they might have all the money in the world to spend and not be able to bring anybody in, except for, some of the lesser named guys who, it's going to be the same type of thing. You're going to struggle to score goals again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
that's
Crystal Valley, his ownership, taking a book out of the Red Sox ownership. This team can play better. We don't need to add. They need a couple of wingers. I think they need to start there. So if it's Besser and Drouin, or if it's
and
Toffoli and Ehlers or whatever, then that's what it is.
I would love that.
They need two professional wings.
Look, I don't even think they're going to get that level of talent.
I don't think so either.
I'll put it that way. I think those guys are too high end for what they are and what they'll be, and they won't get that level of talent. It'll be the next level of guys that will be like, oh no, it's going to be like the Scott Gomez's of the world when they're like at the end.
It's going to be Lee Stepniak.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah. It's going to be those guys. It's going to be those guys.
It's going to be like the 34-year-old guys on 1 year.
It's going to be Andrew Mangiapane.
Mangiapane's probably too good for you. He'll go. Serious. I'm dead serious. He's going to go somewhere else. Yeah.
So out of this group, it's not going to be Jamie Benn.
No.
It's not going to be Besser, Giroux, Taylor Hall.
Nope.
It's not going to be Ehlers, Mangiapane.
Nope.
Andrei Kuzmenko.
Nope.
Yanni Gord. Well, he's 33. That might be.
No, Gord's he's in Tampa now. He'll probably re-sign there.
Yeah. How about your boy Michael Granlund?
Where is he now? He got traded somewhere.
Dallas.
Dallas
is here.
Yeah. He'll stay in Dallas on like a short money.
Yeah.
He'll sign like a 1 year, whatever, to fit under the cap so he can play on a good team.
So this team has any chance at all of getting Sam Bennett?
No.
Okay.
The contract extension talks between the Panthers and Bennett ramped up again today or yesterday.
Okay.
They're going to sign him.
Alex Iafallo.
Nope.
Brandon Tanev.
Nope.
Okay. Mason McTavish. No. Joel Armia. Jesus. Fuck.
That's maybe a guy.
There's a guy. Gustav Nyquist.
Yep.
Skinner. Jeff Skinner's a guy.
Jeff Skinner's a guy. They'll probably overpay for Skinner and have a similar year that he had in Edmonton. Where
I wouldn't mind like Jack Roslovich.
He won't. He probably won't.
Noah Cates. Yeah, then you're down to like Sean Corrali.
I mean, it's going to be like that.
Christ.
That's what I'm telling you. It's going to be
almighty. God almighty. I mean, this is not going to be good. It's not going to be a good team next year.
No, it isn't.
It's not going to be a good team. Anthony Beauvillier says Crystal Valley.
I would love Anthony Beauvillier, but I think he'll go somewhere else.
Yeah. Zach A says Bolesky, Backus, Foligno.
Yes.
It's Florida will sign Bennett over Ekblad, says Zach Case. I mean, I would too.
Yeah, because they'll go out. They've done fine without Ekblad right now.
Yeah. I mean, I'm like you. I'm not a big Ekblad guy.
They'll go out and they'll sign another like high, not a high price, but they'll go out and they'll get a veteran who wants to play on a good team that'll come in for cheap money. See it all the time. There'll be a veteran D-man. He'll sign like a 1 year, $3 or $4 million deal.
Right.
They'll go to Florida and he'll play great.
Right.
For 1 year, and then they'll get rid of him. And here comes Connor wants to chime.
Okay.
You could see the writing on the wall with Ekblad's gone by them acquiring Seth Jones.
Oh, right.
That was the
replacement. There you go. Because the group they have now is they don't need Ekblad.
No.
So, you know what? The Bruins don't either. Jesus. Hey, I don't know. I mean, I just went through the list of forwards. Like,
I don't mean.
How do you make this better? Yeah.
I mean, you probably have to make another trade, or you just have to resign yourselves to the fact that you're gonna have to fill in with like veteran, short-term veteran deals, and you're gonna be bad for the next couple of years. And you hope, this year you get a top 5, and next year you hope you hit the damn thing with Gavin McKenna.
Who's the PTO this year? We had Heinen 2 years ago.
Yeah.
We had Tyler Johnson this year. Who's the PTO? It might even be a defenseman because they could use some defensive depth. But who's that guy?
I'm trying to think like who would be not on a team that you could.
PTO. I'm looking at like defensemen. There's like, oh Jesus, Derek Forward. Down the list, you got like Perunovic. You've got fucking Travis Hamonic. Brendan Smith.
Hamonic's playing tonight in Ottawa, I think.
Yeah. There's some guys. Jeff Petrie.
Petrie will get a deal from somebody.
Yeah, Petrie. And then forwards. Jesus, I don't know. I mean, do you think they'd go get Sean Corali again? Oh my God.
No, because they have Kastelic.
Right. He's a new Corali.
Mm-hmm.
What happens with Merkulov?
If I'm him, I walk.
I go to KHL.
I walk.
If I'm him. If I'm him, I do. Lysell, what happens with him?
I have a perfect PTO defenseman aging UFA to sign for a PTO next year. Matt Grzelcyk.
Oh my fucking word! Is he coming back? That's actually with Lindholm up in the air. That's actually a guy they might revisit.
I'm not even saying a PTO. I think they might sign the.
They might sign the guy
because McAvoy.
I would not be surprised.
McAvoy was never better than he was with Grzelcyk.
I would not be surprised if they went Grzelcyk, McAvoy, fucking Lohrei and Peeke and Zadorov and Joukb.
Joukb, how are you?
Yeah. I would not be surprised. That's actually a really good call.
Yeah.
That could be Matt Grzelcyk coming home.
GM Connor Green calling it right now.
Last hurrah.
He's got 1 goal and 30 assists in 69 games. With
30 assists?
30.
That's a career high.
That's a career high. It's got to be a career high.
That is a career high.
In points before this was like 26 or something.
Yeah, that's a career high. Yeah.
Yep, best ever season.
Yeah. Well, he played top pair minutes and he played, Crosby's on the team. And
I mean, that certainly helps.
B says, well, since this hockey season is basically over, there's always F1 racing. And tonight is the first race in an hour, midnight from Australia. Dan Maynard's backyard. Yeah.
Dan Maynard. Is Dan Maynard here? Is he into that shit?
Is he into the F1 racing?
Maynard, you an F1 guy?
Why do you think he was
here's the other
double
thing.
fisting a fucking cappuccino and a grape monster? Earlier?
No, it's
was.
the middle of the day there. He's at work
Sunday afternoon.
trying to. Oh no,
it's like next Wednesday there.
Yeah, it is. He's fighting off spiders. He's got to have the caffeine to stay awake. You could be fucking.
He's got a pet kangaroo he's
He could
feeding.
be killed at any moment,
Yeah.
or you could have a kangaroo trying to kick him in the nuts or something. I mean, he's just hanging on for.
Oh, it's not his jam. F1 is not his jam.
F1 is not his jam.
Danny's not a. F1
I'm not gonna lie. I see a lot of really silly like kangaroo videos where the kangaroo looks like it's buff as fuck and like fighting a dog or trying to go after somebody. And every time I see those,
they balance on their tails and they jump up with their legs to fucking kick you. I think.
Every time I see those, I think of Dan. So Dan,
is this like a fetish? Like kangaroos that bounce on their tails? Is this like
it's turning into the fucking Discovery Channel all of a sudden.
Something weird. Yeah. F1 is what we're going to be talking about the last 12 games of the season. F1 racing and kangaroos.
Talking about F1 and kangaroos. Yep.
They are buff as fuck. They are buff as fuck.
They are.
I mean, up here in Maine, it's moose. They're buff as fuck.
Oh, yeah.
And they're huge. They're massive animals.
They are.
But yeah.
You ever seen one live? A moose?
I saw one moose.
Yeah.
About 20 years ago in the breakdown lane, like in Sanford, Maine, like southern Maine.
Yeah.
As I was coming up the highway. The only time I've ever seen a moose up here.
I saw one on
it was massive.
The Mangus Highway in New Hampshire.
Yeah.
Near North Conway. I saw
like Jackson. Yeah,
I saw a moose.
Yeah.
Big fucking
bastard.
Yeah.
Yeah. Big angry beast.
Yeah.
Big antlers.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just massive.
Big dudes.
Yeah, for sure.
I'd seen a video of moose fucking tilting its head down, getting under a car with its antlers and just flipping the fucking thing.
Flip the thing.
Yeah.
Flip it. Yeah. Yeah. Dinosaurs. Yeah, those are big animals too. Pterodactyl coming at you. You know. They do that.
Is it the fucking is it scene from Step Brothers when the dad's like, when I was a kid, I wanted to be a fucking Tyrannosaurus Rex? Didn't he? Tell me.
I think it was Step. I think it was
the thing with the fucking little arms.
Oh my god.
Oh
my god. Oh my god. B says they hang out near Moosehead Lake.
I tell you, the last handful of post game lives are gonna get out.
Oh my god. I mean, you gotta get this must-see TV. This is must-see TV. I don't even know what we're gonna talk about.
This is gonna
Moose, meese.
This is
what's the plural for moose? Is it meese? That's what Dan says. I think it's moose.
It's moose.
I think it's both. It's like deer.
Moose.
It's both.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think so. B says they hang out near Moosehead Lake. What? Pterodactyls? What? Tyrannosaurus Rexes?
How do they know? You see those signs? How do they know that the moose or the deer cross right at those signs? How do they?
I know right there.
How do they figure that?
Like a school. It's not a school bus stop.
No,
like you don't know they're gonna be there.
Yeah,
right. It's not.
I think that's made up. I think somebody's just like, this looks good. Fucking tack it up.
This is what postseason episodes will be. It might be. This is what the subscription's gonna get you.
Yeah,
Dan.
this is what Benders off air is gonna be
$5
like.
a month.
We're gonna you pay $5 a month to listen to us talk about moose and Dan Maynard's spiders.
It's based on car accidents, says B. That's a good point. Like you have a certain amount of car accidents at a spot.
Oh,
that's where they put it.
All right,
that makes perfect sense.
Learn something new every day.
Yeah, Jesus.
Also, it is worth noting that deer and moose, or I'm assuming moose too, they follow the same path pretty often.
Okay.
They're habitual. So if there's one or two
there,
like
deer do the same
that it's
thing.
going to continue to happen.
Yeah, that's why deer get hit where you like there's a woods and then you take all the trees down. That's why deer get hit. If you make like a road where there was a bunch of woods, then a bunch of deer get hit early because they're like, "Fuck, this is where I live," you know, and then all the time. Yeah,
so they don't learn the lessons.
Yeah, moose outnumber humans in northern Maine. That might be true.
Yeah,
that might be true. Danny says he's going to pay $5 a month for this. God bless his soul.
God bless you, Danny.
Yeah. Adrienne says they've been repopulating elk in the Great Smoky Mountains National Park close by.
I have my Adrienne, my barber, is going to your neck of the woods. I can't remember the town that he said in North Carolina, but it was near Asheville, but not in Asheville. And he's going hiking there this summer with his family. And I was saying I knew somebody that lived in Asheville. I don't know.
Yeah.
I feel like I do.
Oh, good. Yeah. Greenville, Maine's a good place for. There's a place called Stress Free Moose, like a bar.
Yeah.
And
I mean, that's the kind of moose I like.
That's Moose just drinking at the bar, taking up like 3 chairs. Just big schlonging it right at the bar.
Yeah.
With like a Heineken. Yeah. yeah. And I'm drinking like a lemon drop shot, and he's got a Heineken. Like, listen, boy. Yeah. Kangaroos get hit a fuck ton here, says Dan Maynard.
Oh, no.
I've hit a small one. Wow. He's hit a small one. Big ones can take out a car. Similar to a deer, probably.
Yeah, a deer and a moose. A moose
oh, God, yeah. Moose will kill you. Moose will kill you dead. Yeah.
Deer can do that, too, though.
Sure. Deer can do that. Yeah. Well, good. This is a good topic.
Yeah, I mean, we're saving lives here right now.
Yeah, we are saving lives.
We need to do a Bruins Benders off air where Matty goes to Australia and fights a fucking kangaroo.
Hey, mate.
I've always wanted to go to Australia, so I'm in.
Yeah, I'm in. It's like is it like a 38-hour plane ride or something?
It is very long. But look, Inside the Rink's going to put us up in business class. We're going to be able to sleep on the plane on the way there, and then we're going to have an Aboriginal adventure or whatever, the outback adventure like Crocodile Dundee. We're going to be out there, battling spiders.
Can I get one of those hats with the strap underneath? And,
yeah, you can have one of those.
I can be Steve Irwin.
Yeah, we're going to wrestle alligators. It's going to be a whole thing. It's going to be a whole thing. Dan Maynard's going to show us around. Try not to get us killed.
Yeah. Yeah. 14 hours from my city to LA. Jesus fuck.
All right. So we're 6 from LA.
So 20 hours.
Yeah, we got a 20-hour flight. That's
20-hour flight.
Woo, I get a head start.
I'll be pacing around that plane. Jesus Christ.
So
like 6 hours in.
When are you setting that up? When is our outback
on what is it?
How many subscribers to the off-air show do we have to have for an outback safari?
Just wait for the Bruins to go back.
20,000.
How many? I want, because we'll tweet it out. See if we can make this shit happen. How many
20,000
do we need to have for the off-air show?
To have like a GoFundMe via
have Matty and Smitty have an outback safari. I want to know.
Jonesy said flying to Australia is the same time as traveling across the U.S. on a horse. Let's do that too.
All right, yeah. I mean, we have enough. If we have enough subscribers, we'll take this shit on the road. We will go anywhere and everywhere for you people.
If we get thousands of subscribers, I will have a horse drag me across the U.S. I will.
We're taking this shit on the road. It's going to be a Matty and Smitty fucking
a horse with no name
around the world.
Yeah.
Where in the world is Carmen Sandiego?
Where in the world?
Where in the world are Matty and Smitty?
Matty and Smitty with a horse with no name.
Yeah.
There we are.
I mean, fuck, it is Matty Worldwide after all. Just got to get
it is Matty Worldwide, yeah. Yeah, we got to get the sunglasses. Go back to Matty Worldwide.
Yeah.
Well, I'll tell you, for a 6-2 loss, we had 12 shots and no shots in the second period. This is a real banger of a post game.
It really is.
Yeah, it really is. Again, when they lose.
Were they outchanced like 70 to
it was 42-3 in a period or something. Was that right? Somebody put that in there.
I think it was Andrew Raycroft said that 42-4 or something in the
in a period.
Second.
Jesus Christ, that's bad. There's a lot of moose in NH, New Hampshire.
There is. That's where I saw them.
Free or die.
That's where I saw it. I was in New Hampshire today and Vermont. Both.
And Vermont, yeah.
The official score or shots on goal for tonight was 40-12.
Yeah,
40-12 shots on goal.
What were the attempts? Do you have that?
80 to fucking 13.
I'll get that for you. Give me a couple.
Yeah.
I don't know. It wasn't very good. And the aspirations of us having some sort of miraculous playoff run are no longer.
I mean, look, we just like to keep things positive here. That's what.
Yeah, I mean, look, they could still win 4 in a row.
That's what we're about. It's constant positivity on this program.
Let's look at the upcoming week. We got the Buffalo at home Monday.
Yeah.
Let's see. Buffalo
That's
home Monday.
A game they should win.
That's a game they should win at home.
They should.
Monday night.
It's a home game against a team below you in the standings.
Right.
One of the very few teams below you in the standings.
Okay. Thursday night at Vegas.
L.
Saturday night at San Jose.
That's a game they should win.
They should win that game. Sunday, next day at LA.
That's a game they will lose by a lot.
Ducks on the following Wednesday night.
That's a game you should probably win.
Yeah.
Probably.
Saturday night at Detroit. Haven't been good there.
No. Never been. Never
Capitals at home.
Yeah, that's an L.
They'll win at Montreal because we're there. Carolina at home.
L.
At the Sabres. Should win that.
Should win it.
At the Devils. L. Blackhawks at home. They should win that.
They should.
At the Penguins. They could win that.
Penguins are playing better. I don't know.
Are they? Okay. All right. That's a national TV game somehow. And then the Devils at home.
Can they get opted out, like scheduled out of that thing?
They were flexing games a couple weeks ago because they flexed a couple teams out. They might flex that.
They're gonna flex that out.
They might flex that.
No way the Bruins Penguins is gonna be. I mean, the Bruins had drawn ratings earlier in the season when they were still, technically in it, but not anymore.
I'll tell you what, this team isn't very good, and this is going to be a tough stretch here. And there's nothing worse than going to the West Coast at the end of the year when you're bad. No. Like that's just going to be a bitch of a late nights, 10:30 game, 10 o'clock game, 9 o'clock game, 10 o'clock game. Like, oh
we're
my
here
God.
For you. We're here for you though, fam.
Oh yeah. A little 1 a.m. again after the Vegas, actually 1 a.m. after the San Jose game. Oh yeah, beauty.
Little Benders after dark right now.
Beauty. When they lose 7-1 and Macklin Celebrini has 4 goals.
We'll be here.
That one. Yeah, we'll be here. Grizzlick with 30 assists. Yeah, Michigan Mike. Don't be surprised if Matthew's back next year.
His dad will
be surprised. Yeah, you could finish it out right around the corner from where he grew up.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Well, hey, it's been a great night. Tough loss, 6-2. They've now lost 6-3 and 6-2 to Ottawa and Tampa Bay. So there's where they stand. They are getting killed by good teams again.
Mm-hmm.
So that's where we're at Monday night. Buffalo at home. Should be a real beaut. And we'll be back here post-game. Hey, it's a great night of comments. Buy up those rock glasses, 20% off with Sorry John code. They are hand wash only.
Yeah,
as our friend Michigan Mike said. Thanks, Cab, for the order tonight. And those are those buttes right there. There's also tons of other merch on there.
Yeah, you can get
buy up the merch. Get a T-shirt for the summer. We can walk around.
Get long sleeves. Yeah, there's T-shirts.
Sure. Yeah, absolutely. And we'll do it again Monday night. Until then, as always, go Bruins.
Thanks a lot. Bye-bye.